Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. You already know what I'm gonna do. I think the title gave it away. I want to do a VR to Miss Meg White from Art Garden Tarot. I think it was, right? Or it's at Art Garden Tarot. Oh, no, Art Garden Oracle. Sorry, I'm sorry, I suck. It's the hashtag top 10 deck pairs. So I love to pair. I buy and I create even to pair. So I really enjoyed watching some videos and doing my own VR right now. I think some pairs I might have shown, but I try to choose some decks that that I don't think I have shown a lot. So anyway, there is no particular order. I have this pile next to me and we're just gonna go through it. That's the plan, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry, I put this away for a sec, so I have on the other side too some empty space. So let's dive in. Yeah, this is not the original box. I kind of created the box for this. This is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot with the transformation cards of Miss Nefertiti. So I enjoy both decks, and it was only by well, by luck. It was not even a mistake, it was by luck that suddenly a thought popped into my mind, and I was like, oh, I think these will work great together, and they very well do. So let me put them. Do we? Yeah, okay. Let's do the whole shebang thing, right? So I think even with styles, because the style of the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot is a little bit different, and I really enjoy it. And this is not the same style, but it's different, and I enjoy it. So let's do a few so that you can see. See, some are definitely more modern, but especially even the ones that might not visually be perfect, yeah, they communicate very well together. So, and there are just some that I feel like, eh, but the rest I kind of really like. So I think it's also the white border maybe that really brings that together in some way. But yes, these two I absolutely enjoy. I hope you see what I see. Even with color associations and stuff, you know, there's definitely a lot to tap into. So yes, these two I definitely really enjoy. And in all honesty, normally, okay, let's put this together, right? What I would do, because it depends a little bit, you know, whatever kind of question I'm asking, I will start with one card, right? Okay, abundance. For me, this is pretty clear, but sometimes I even pick a second card, you know. See, there's abundance, yeah, in Mother Earth's healing thoughts, right? So even if you pick multiple, there's always this connection, which I really like. Okay, and then I would expand, you know, on this, right? So whatever the question is, I get this answer. If I want to deep dive, the question will be, right, how does this, you know, yeah, go or correlate with my original question, right? And then it kind of depends, but I kind of like to do the 3. I mean, 3, 6, 9, these are my magic numbers. And yeah, I think as you can see, they definitely correspond well together. So yeah, these two are, for me, a pairing I absolutely enjoy. not only aesthetically, but also in the way, again, that they talk to each other. And I think that's with most of my pairings. I do enjoy aesthetics, yeah. And aesthetics is that first connection, right? But they do need to work together to really become a pairing, you know. Let me show you another one, for example. These two, the Southern Gothic Oracle and Between the Worlds. Before Between the Worlds came out, I wanted to pair this, and I still do in some way. This was paired and is still paired with the Hoodoo Tarot, but the Hoodoo Tarot is also paired with the Conjure cards. So I wanted to pair this also separately with the Conjure cards, because I paired this separately with the Hoodoo Tarot. And even though the messages were okay with the Conjure card, I didn't really like the visuals. I don't know why that was. So anyway, this again was by luck. I think most are. It's like this pop in my mind, you know, like, oh, maybe they will work together, you know. And in all honesty, most of the times, yeah, I kind of find that when I have that pop, they do. Just once or twice, you know, it's like, yeah, nah. So what I would do with this, let me directly go for it, you know, because in this deck you have a title kind of thing, and then you have two keywords, you know. So I would ask my question, and then I will pull a card. I will pull them together in a second and show you a little bit more. So we have here the raccoon, which is curiosity and perseverance, sorry. And whatever, again, my original question was, right, I will formulate that with one of the keywords, and then I will put one here for curiosity, and I will put another one here, you know, for perseverance, right? And as you can see, I think they mix beautifully together. Okay, so let me pile them up so you will see a little bit more. And again, they pair aesthetically very well, in my opinion. However, the way they correspond with each other and the messages I'm getting, yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So I really like that. Of course, the size is very different. Let me make a little bit more space, because I see there's a little bit of a shadow. I hope that doesn't, I hope it's not annoying. Okay, let's do it like this, you know. So you have here cowrie shells, passion, feminine power, and then we have the long bone and the rabbit bone. I mean, do you see what I see? Yeah, I really enjoy these two together, especially because for me, this Southern Gothic, yeah, I don't know what's up with the word Gothic. I don't see Gothic in here. For me, there are a lot of Hoodoo root work connections in this deck. So the fact that I have almost like a bone set, but in card form, you know, with it, is actually for me not only aesthetically a perfect combination, not only with messages a perfect combination, but I feel like in the genre I work in, you know, in that niche, it's the perfect combination. So yeah, this one I really enjoy. Okay, what did I do and why do I have, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Alright. So yes, abandoned plantation, dismantling ugly truths. So yeah, I hope you can see what I see. So yeah, this one, like I said, I came by, I think a couple of months ago when I started pairing them together, and again, I'm really enjoying this pairing. So yes, I think you see what I see, right? Okay, let me put these back. I'm sorry. It's not one of my favorite boxes. In all honesty, neither is the one here next to me. It's just too much for, I love the book, but it's just too much for this small deck. Okay. Okay, let's see what else I have. Okay, let's do this one. I think this was a pairing I found the moment I got this one. I was lucky because it was in pre-order on Amazon, and suddenly one of my local web shops already had it, you know, before it was even released. And it was one that I had my eye on for so long, you know. So yeah, I snatched that up. And then in my collection, I was like, oh, what would pair next to it? And immediately, the Antique Anatomy came to mind. And yeah, it never changed. There's one other deck it works with, but it's not the same feeling. So let's put them together. Yeah, for me, this pairing, yeah, like I said, it never changed. The moment it popped in my mind and it worked visually, you know, and also message-wise, of course. Again, it worked. Because it's kind of a pippish deck, I feel like I can put my own my own style of reading in it without being hindered with what I'm seeing in the cards, you know. So that is always a great thing. So yeah, these two, again, I really liked. Like I said, most of these are that intuitive hit once I get a deck, whether that's a tarot or an oracle. In this case, it was the oracle. And then I'm thinking about, oh, what will work, right? And like I said, most of the time, it works. Whatever is working in my head actually works in reality, you know? There are some occasions that that's not happening. I have an idea, but in reality, you know, it's not working. But again, most of the time it does here. And with the color associations and stuff like that, it really works. So yeah, these two together are for me a perfect match. I think all of them that I showed so far, you know, are that perfect match. Or is everything? I think most of it is. If not, I will say why or what I did, you know. So yes, that's the Antique Anatomy with the Herbal Astrology Oracle. Definitely favorites. Excuse me. Okay, let me make a little bit of space here. I'm afraid I'm gonna see, I'm missing. Yeah, okay. I was afraid it didn't pull back in the same way. Let's see. Okay, another fun pairing is the Serpent Fire Tarot with the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. This one was not a pop in my mind, in all honesty. This was, I had this deck out, and then I went through my collection. I was cleaning some stuff out. I had this in my hand, and I put it here on my desk because this was definitely, no, this was like a maybe stay, or will I sell it? I didn't want to sell it because I know it's like not coming out anymore or something after this version. Anyway, I put it on my desk too to think about it. And because it was on my desk and I had this already on my desk because I was working with it, suddenly, because they were visually in front of me, you know, I was like, oh, I think they would pair great together. So I tried that and it did. And it's kind of funny because this is really like those portals, right? Those gateways. And I feel the same a little bit about this deck in this futuristic kind of way. It's not like a literal portal, but it's almost like we stepped through the portal and this is where we came out, you know? Okay. So let's put a few together. Of course, now in coloration we have this green, but you will see with others, you know, that it really works great. Yeah, well, there we go. And this is actually one of my newest pairings because again, it came very in a very different way. So this is, I think, the one that I have least worked with, but I have worked with it a few times and I'm loving it. So I know I will continue to do so. I'm sorry. I mean, even here, angelic frequency, and we have the magician and the star. Yeah, I'm sorry. Cats tried to escape outside, so I needed to pause there. So yes, I was afraid because one is photo collage, right? And one is, well, not. I don't know what to call that, but it's not. That maybe it wouldn't work, but I absolutely don't mind it. I actually love this. Like I said, it's almost like we already stepped to the portal and this is where we came out, you know. We go through there and this is the landscape we're seeing. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this pairing. Different, but again, I feel like it's right on the mark or something, you know. So yes, so the serpent fire with the gateway of light. Oh my god, I did that. Oh, okay. Yeah, with these it's not so bad, but okay. And because it doesn't have those thumb holes, so normally if you would put that together and it's empty, it's not great. It's not great at all. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? Okay, this one. This is what I made myself with the Fallen Angel Oracle. Yeah. I used to put this together with my, well, self-printed Seals of Solomon cards. But recently I created my own again, but now with a professional printer. So I kind of changed up the way I visually represented them. So even though, again, they're both oracle in that sense. Wait, let me shuffle at least a little bit. At least a little bit, right? So yes, and then this, even though it's not a tarot, it's an oracle, it does, I think, have 78 cards, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken, but it's somewhere in the 70. So it has a good amount, right? So let's do 2 for now. Sometimes I only do 1. I just pick one of these and then I will pull 1, or again, maybe 2 there. Visually, again, it's something else, right? But for me, because they're corresponding to each other, because these are, again, the fallen angels, 72 cards, I think, if I'm not mistaken, again. So even with this, I have people asking me, you know, how do you even use that as an oracle? Well, not literally, you know. It's about what the seal is about and how I can interpret that in whatever question I have, you know. So this is the first pentacle of the moon, or of moon, and it means, you know, or it corresponds to opening all doors and locks, no matter in what way they are fastened, you know. So it's like, for me, almost this road opener, right? Where we clear the way and we just go, right? So this is how I would interpret that, right? With then the messages of this, because this is pretty plain, right? I mean, we have the one square card here, the rest is round, so let's do a few. So this is the talisman for gaining courage, ambition, enthusiasm, and all physical accomplishments. Whether I use all of that or just one or two are hitting me, you know, then this is how I will go about it, you know. Like, how can I get this gaining of that courage, for example, right? So yeah, this is how I kind of like to use them. Because this I also use in magical workings as the talisman for what it stands for, you know. So like I said, I have my white other one, and I didn't it was just normal paper, so I'm planning actually on putting some contact paper over it, so that I can use those in my magical workings, because it's then easy to clean. If I want to put a candle on it and some wax would come off, you know, I can again still clean it off. Because I would like to use this one now as my, well, reading set in that sense. So again, visually it's a little bit different, because this is definitely this yeah, photo manipulated kind of digital art, right? And again, this is very plain, because I didn't want a whole lot of, well, pua around it, you know. It's about the seal, so I want it to be about the seal. So yes, I'm messing up here. So yeah, this is a combination I'm really enjoying, yeah, because it's, again, for me, really in the line of Solomon, right? King Solomon, which I work with a lot. I recently got my, well, I made the Rastafarian Tarot, which I use with my Bob Marley Oracle, and even those, you know, I would like to pull in here in a certain kind of reading, because again, Rastafarianism, it has this foundation of King Solomon again, you know. Anyway, yeah, this is one pairing I'm really enjoying in magical works, in normal readings even, you know. They do what they need to do. So no, wrong, this one in here. Oh yes. So yeah, these are the backs, really simple. Again, I made this really simple but aesthetically pleasing, at least to me. And again, I love it because it is so high functional for me, you know. It's definitely, I can definitely use it in divination, and at the same time, it's great for magical workings as well. So, these are those two. Let's see. Okay. Let's take these. This is the Terror of Bones with the Black Doves of Africa Oracle. I did like to use this with the Hoodoo Tarot, because it's the same creator, I kind of wanted to split them up. I'm not into too much matchy when it comes to the same creator. Sometimes I do, but most of the times, in honesty, I don't. So with this one, I kind of like this combination. It suits me well. This again is very pippish in that sense, you know. But I love that I can really put my own meaning in there without getting too much disturbance of, well, scenic. If they are really different, then, well, what I feel like the meaning should be. So if it's really too much RWS, I really need to, well, push through that, you know. So with this, I don't really need to do that. So yes. See, gradual progress with the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles. I really like that. Disguise with the Ace of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Measurements with the Empress and the Page of Swords. So these are, yeah, I kind of like these. I really do. This is definitely very different art than this, of course, but for some reason it works. Vibration with the Ten of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. So yes, this is actually also a system. I don't know if it will relate on camera, but there are like different colors, 4 different colors. And I will use it in that system, but a lot of the times I also just mix them up, you know, and use the keyword as that focus. And I do that especially when I want to pair it with a tarot deck. And again, this the Tarot of Bones is then in that case definitely my preference. I really like this deck. I found this, I think it was on eBay, again by I was not looking for it. Let me put it like this. I never heard of that deck, and I think it was now a year ago when I found it, and again, I'm definitely loving it. So that's that one. Let's see what else. Okay, let's take this one. It's on top. Oh, okay, I don't have the bottom part. The Somnia Tarot. Okay, I had a really hard time, you know, finding a deck pairing for this. Nothing worked for me. I was not pleased. I was not happy about it. But this was also in the time that I, well, already did some decks for myself, you know. So I was like, well, if I can find it, maybe I can make it, you know. Let's just put them like this together. So I did. If you are interested in this deck, I will leave the link downstairs, or downstairs, seriously, under this video. Because I made it available on makeplayingcards.com, so you can get it there. Because this was photography, right? And again, nothing really fit with that. This for me is earthy and watery, and again, I could not find anything that would work with that. So this one, it's called, if you look for it, the Divine Earth Oracle. So, well, let's go through a few. I kept it really simple, the photography with, well, the filters or elements, whatever, you know, and just a white border so that it would really fit with this deck, you know. In all honesty, I can pair it with others. I tried, it works, but I really created it in all honesty for this deck. But that was for me. If you like this deck and you have another deck that you want to pair it with, again, all is possible. I created it for this one. So, yes. And I really like it. I was a little bit afraid because, yeah, one thing is to create it and see it on screen, and then it's another thing to have it in your hands, right? So yeah, the moment it came in and I put it together, oh, it was such a relief that everything I wanted this to be, it was. Ooh. So yes. I like it. So yeah. Yeah, this is my favorite pairing. Well, it should be, right? If I did everything to make me a deck, you know, it better be a good pairing. So yes, the Somnia Tarot with my own Divine Earth Oracle. Again, if you're interested, I will definitely put the link under in the video in the description. Okay, let's see. Okay, these two can go now. This is a relatively new pairing, and I'm so super happy because I've been looking for a great pairing for the Heindel Tarot forever and could not find one. So this is the Heindel Tarot with the Shaman's Oracle. I used this deck some years ago for ancestral readings, you know, because it's definitely an ancestor rooted deck, you know, wisdom and guidance from the ancestors. Then the cardstock kind of did a weird thing, and I had it bending in 6 different directions, which drove me insane. So I ended up, you know, selling it, with being honest that it was definitely bended, you know, because I wanted a new version, which I didn't do for a long time. And I think it was one YouTuber, I kind of forgot who it was now, who actually did a video in that time about this deck. And I was like, oh yeah, I should get that deck back, right? So I got it back, but then I had it back. And in that meantime, I kind of didn't think about the fact that my ancestral practice really changed, you know? It didn't have a place anymore in it. So now I did have the deck back, but it didn't have a place anymore for the practice that I used to have with it. So I put it in the closet, and I didn't really think about it too much. And it was again in a moment of cleaning out, you know, that these decks caught my eye. And I was like, in my mind, I could see them working. But again, that's one thing. I need to put them together, right? And I actually ended up being shocked. This is, for me at least, how well they work together. So I really like that. Because the Heindel Tarot for me is like, what's the word for it? It was like on the foreground, yeah, of being diverse, yeah. And that being okay, you know. We can say what we want, and I know I get people telling me, well, it's not that weird, right? It's just the market, yada yada yada. But for me, the fact that Heindel Tarot already, that the Heindel Tarot already exists for some time, you know, this is like my what's the word? This is how I fight back in that sense, because it's definitely possible. This is a mass market deck, so don't tell me it's not possible, you know. It's possible. There's a difference between possibility and people or companies not wanting to do it. Anyway, rent, you know, these two are beautiful together. I'm not the biggest fan of the gray borders, but I'm perfectly fine with it for the fact that they really work. That the deck itself is a great deck. And now with this one, it's even going deeper. If you thought that was possible with the Heindel Tarot, then yes, it's possible. Put this one next to it. I love it. I really, really love it. Yeah, the moment I put these two together, I actually kind of did a happy dance here, you know. I couldn't believe that I actually found such a great pairing for the Heindel Tarot. And I tried a long time. There was even this newer deck, Divine Nature Oracle, if I say that correct. That, I think it was Neha from Dark Fae Tarot, that recommended it to me. I think she was the one that said to me, I don't know if it was, if I'm wrong, tell me, that it would pair with my Heindel Tarot. And I was like, yeah, but nah. Because it was just not my deck, you know, or my kind of deck. However, like I said, pretty soon after I found this pairing, and again, I couldn't be more happy. I think these... Ooh, I'm fidgeting all over, I'm sorry. Yeah, these work absolutely amazing together. I mean, the in-depth of it, and the colors, even just the border, that blue, right? Or if you see the darker browns with here in the darker tones, the flash of lights here with the yellowish, right? I mean, it just works. It just works. And even if the aesthetics don't work perfectly, then it's that message, you know, that just pulls you in. So yes, this is one of my favorite new pairings. Most of these have been paired already for some time. Like I said, with exception this one and the Serpent Fire, these are pretty new as well. I think most are established in that sense. But yeah, this one was one of my newer ones, and again, I couldn't be more happy. So yes, that's the Heindel Tarot with the Shaman's Oracle. I love this. I know I should stop, but every time I do this, you know, I just can't stop. It's just so good. It's just so good. Okay, I should stop. Okay, which one first? Let's do first the tarot. It's a little bit easier. Okay, let's see. There's some great, two great thick books. I think Rachel Pollack, right? Yeah, I have them somewhere here. Wrote them for the Heindel Tarot. So this is definitely a deck that you can already deep dive with. In combination with the messages, you know, you get from this deck, and specifically that top part where the ancestor or the spirit is speaking, you know. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Really love it. Really love it. So even though with this one, you know, it took on a kind of different kind of practice and form with how I read with it. Definitely worth it. Okay, we got two more, right? Two more. Okay, two more. This is the Love Oracle of Eden and the Uncommon Tarot. This is a great combination. Okay, let's see, because this is a lot, at least box wise, right? Okay, let me pull. Oh, okay. I think they want to play. They're popping out like they want to play. Okay, let's see. And then we have here the Uncommon Tarot, which is totally the fault of Maureen from The Waves of Your Soul. I will put a link to her channel if you're not familiar, but I love her. I think she did this, I don't know what the title was, but it was about mass market decks that were underestimated or something, I think it was called. I think it was something like that. Anyway, she pulled this one in. It was already on my radar for some time, but I never really pulled the trigger. And then she was like, well, you gotta do it. Well, at least in the video, right? So I kind of did it. And it turned out it was a great deck. It was a good reader, you know, but I didn't feel like I had anything to pair with it until, because this didn't pop in my mind directly. It was, I think, a little while later while I was playing with this. And this one came to mind. So let's do a few, because yeah, this one is a little bit darker. Here also with the colors again, you know. Again, look at that. I mean, this is tenderness. And then you see here, you know, in the Ten of Coins, you see this lioness with her babies, right? I mean, come on. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's visually for me okay, even though we do have a border in this one, but visually I can see the colorations matching. But also when it comes to readings and the messages, you know, it really does what it needs to do. And because this is well, they say a love oracle, but not just love, right? It's about self-love and even well, the brotherly love, right? Or sisterly love. So it's more expanded than just, well, that romantic kind of love, right? So when working with this is definitely a softer approach, and this is not harsh, but it's honest in my opinion. And it has a great balance between not too harsh and also not too soft, you know. So I really like that. They combine great together. I mean, the soft purplish, you know. I really like those. Oh my god, look at that. See what I see? So yes, I'm really enjoying this combination as well. In all honesty, both decks are not decks that I will pull out every day. They're not daily readers for me, but especially because I found this combination now, especially when I work in self-love or somebody is really having a hard time. If I do a client reading, you know, I love to use this, and I also love to pull in then the uncommon tarot. So yes, I really like this. Yeah, beautiful. So that was number 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, what did I miss something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and then the last one. Okay, I need to do one more, and that one is next to me. I just wanted to see if I did all of them. Okay, let's pull first this one in here. And then, well, that big box one. I love this deck. I'm not a fan of the box. I find it beautiful, you know, but for me, it's not practical. I thought about putting this in a bag, but it was, well, not cheap. And because it's not one, again, that I use on a regular basis in that sense, you know, it's not like an everyday deck. But, I mean, it's beautiful. It's just not practical. I'm complaining, I know. Okay. I have one oracle, but I'm going to pull 2 tarots because they work both. This is the recreation I did from the Power Animal deck, Animal Power deck. I talked about it. I think I showed the original ones in a few videos. I don't have them anymore now because, well, again, I recreated it. Because I love the little sentences, you know. I really didn't care for the art. But again, I did that for... Okay, I keep forgetting that name. The one that I did my cannabis oracle from. Is on the tip of my tongue? Okay, I don't know anymore. Anyway, this one, it turned out, well, let's start with number 1, to work great with my alkebulan. Can you believe it? Oh, again, I'm shuffling like crap. And even though we have different color backgrounds, you know, but because they are, well, even in the sense of it's just one color, right? At least for every card. They kind of work. So I'm not minding that at all. Okay, let me do a few. You know, so manatee, allow for gentle times. And then we have the 7 of Axes and the Son of Axes. Swords. Oh. Yeah, doesn't matter. Zebra, break free of the box with the Empress and the Ace of Cowrie Shells. Lizard, work with dream time. And then we have Strength and the Ancestors. I mean, these 2 are amazing, right? Even this, but yeah, really like that. Horse, embrace new adventures with the Devil and the 2 of Axes. And even if the colors are not matchy, I love the messages here. So yes, these are... I'm really liking these. Let me put it like that. I'm really liking these. I mean, here, share abundance with the Emperor, but also the 5 of Cowrie Shells. Wow. Wow. Okay. Um, so the other one, this is why I find it kind of funny because, well, you all know, I think, most of you know, alkebulantarot is one of my own. It's, even though the Kickstarter didn't go how I wanted to, I was prepared. I will soon have news how it's going to be available for you guys. So, put that follow button, you know, and then you will definitely be notified with a new video when I will have information to share with you guys. Okay, so this one, but also it turned out to work really well with my Nubian Tarot, which was kind of funny. But again, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Okay. These have the same kind of size, so that kind of even fits, right? So embrace touch and sensuality. Oh my gosh, with the lovers. And the Eight of Pentacles. I really like that. See, that's what I mean. It really worked well. Hawk, remember your mission with the World and the Five of Cups. Leopard, embrace your uniqueness with the Ace of Swords and the Prince of Wands. Embrace honesty and generosity with the Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Skunk, set healthy boundaries with the Three of Pentacles or coins, right? And the Wheel. Again, I love when these colorations happen, you know? Even the gray of the moon with the gray of the sky. Yep, enjoying that. I mean, isn't he the cutest? My baby sloth. Seek nature's wisdom with the Magician and the Ace of Wands. See? In all honesty, I do think it works great with the alkebulantarot, but maybe it's also because the sizing here, you know, I do love it with my Nubian Thoth. Really, really enjoy this. So, Camel, activate your inner cosmos with the Four of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Step forward with the Ace of Cups and Death. Snake, welcome higher guidance with the Knight of Cups and the Hanged One, or the Hanged Man. Yeah. So yes, I love these pairings. In all honesty, when I created this, I was not thinking about pairing it even with my own decks. I didn't know where it would pair with. I just knew I wanted this deck and I wanted it within an art style that I liked. So the fact that it worked, you know, with decks that I actually love, yeah, that's the better, right? So yes. I want to stop every time I think I will stop, you know, but I keep going. I really enjoy this. If you do enjoy the original deck, or if you have seen the original deck and you don't mind that art style, I do recommend that Animal Power deck. Because again, I cannot sell this one because except for the art, it's not my creation, right? So I wouldn't feel that that's fair if I say it like that. Because what I love about this deck is even when you just pull these, they have this direct message, you know? Let me pull 3. Oh, now we're gonna get color, get the same kind of coloring. So shift from fear to love, remove the mask, keep going. I mean, this in itself is like a sentence, right? You can put some extra words in between, but you need to shift from fear to love by removing your mask. You know, that mask is about that fear, right? This is how you're going to keep going. And again, I never, oh my God, now I get all the brown cards. So like I said, for me, only the art is different. I used all the animals and the same kind of sentences, you know. So again, if you don't mind that art of the animal power deck, I would definitely recommend it. It's a great deck. Be unbothered, step into sacred union, claim your spiritual power. Isn't that beautiful? So yes, I wish the art was different for me, but again, what is my cup of tea doesn't mean it's your cup of tea, right? You may actually prefer the original one. It's smaller for one thing, so that's good. But yeah, the deck in itself definitely has depth, you know? Open up to emotional healing, appreciate blessings, lead community unity. So yes, again, really loving this deck. I think at this point it might be my only animal oracle. I removed a lot when I got this one done and in my possession, because I knew I was not going to grab any other oracle deck anymore, or animal oracle, you know. This was it for me. Right? Yeah. I think I'm not lying. If I am, it's going to be my mistake, but I don't think so, you know. This is it. This is the one I'm loving. So yes, well, these were my 10 pairings, or yeah, the top 10 deck pairings. I don't think I can put them in any particular order, because I do love all my pairings. Once they become a pair, it means I love them, you know. So yes, pretty soon, because today when I'm filming, it's the 1st of October, and for me, October, November, December, these have high vibrational ancestral energy. It's a period of that, you know. So I pretty soon, it might be tomorrow or otherwise the day after, I will make a video about ancestral decks, really in this period of time, autumn energy, right? That either I work with very much or have a particular function, or that you might see as an ancestral deck. Anyway, I will make a video. It's like a mini collection kind of video, but definitely dedicated to ancestral decks, or decks that I work with in an ancestral way. Okay, anyway, that will be soon. If you're still here, thank you very much. Again, I will be back soon. Till then, you know what you gotta do. Stay kind, stay safe, and be blessed. Okay, bye-bye.